for this match in all its glory.
Yep. Well, we're streaming, Phil, so you should be able to go to the Perfect Golf website.
Okay. Let me.
Now then, I do have some news to impart to you. And I'll just bear with us for a moment. What was this? Yeah, Mr. Mackey was put to the sword well and truly on Friday. He got double busted.
To the sword, I was on a bloody spit.
Can I ask, Dave, were you impaired thanks to Paul?
No, I wasn't impaired. No, I'd warned Andy that I might be because Phil was. Paul made noises about coming round, but he didn't get there.
Right.
Okay, so then you pretended to be impaired.
My putting was dreadful.
It was, wasn't it?
I kept getting excited, hitting the ball too far. So I'm going to really focus on not doing that tonight.
You're going to rein it in, aren't you?
No, rein it in indeed.
You've got to curb your enthusiasm.
Indeed. Well, if I have the equivalent of a curb your enthusiasm episode, I'm stuffed again.
I've put in Perfect Golf, Balls of Steel, and I'm only getting putting advice videos.
Balls of Steel, Perfect Golf.
Oh, I've got it around the wrong way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And once you get to it this time, just save it as a favourite, and then it'll be there on the side every time. Just one click.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, subscribe, whatever. Yeah. I think that's what I mean.
Oh, where are we? There we are.
10 days ago. Ooh, 18 views 10 days ago.
Okay, right.
I'm in.
Fantastic.
Okay.
What is it? Derwent.
Okay. I believe that's creating now.
Oh, I got in first.
Oh, you're very good.
Take that, Dave. Well, that's the end of him, Andy. We'll have to fight it out ourselves.
To be soft, normal. Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened with your end, Dave? How come you let me get in first?
No reason.
It must put it down to the terrible night's sleep you had.
It could be. It could be. I've sort of been dozing on and off all day. It's been terrible.
Yeah. My sleep was okay, but I got woken at 5:30 a.m. by a muzzy, and I slapped at my ear really hard and it hurt my ear, but didn't get the muzzy. And came back again, and I just go, oh, bugger this, and I got up. Just go.
Right.
Light on. Little bastard.
Yeah. That fateful buzz in the ear.
Yeah.
You know, when you turn the light on, they just automatically disappear.
They become invisible immediately. I mean, my 25-year-old eyes would have seen them, but now there's zero chance.
Well, and the thing is too that they get attracted by your CO2 exhalations.
They're really stupid when you think about it. I mean, the only place where you're ever going to detect them is if they buzz by your ear, and they always seem to buzz by your ear, where you are a chance of getting them. All they got to do is bite somewhere else, and I wouldn't even know it was there.
Yeah, they're just taunting you though, Dave.
Yeah, they've got it in for me for sure. I've got it in for them. this is a good start.
It is a good start by all of us.
No, the ball froze in the air. I'm guessing that's on the fairway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Not another one of these freezing ball nights, Dave.
Hopefully not. Well, in the real world, there's no chance of that.
Not in Australia at the moment, no.
Very, very warm. My room, 28.9.
It's muggy, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
very muggy.
I'm
Yeah.
26.5 and slowly climbing.
Oh. I am on the green. It didn't look as though it was.
Oh, for sure. Good line.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Below the hole.
Well,
Mm.
yeah.
Not bad. Nobody's there. Just concentrate on this. Phil, are you following this in pretty in real time, or is there a delay at your end?
Well, Dave's just had a swing and a shot right then.
Oh, so it is delayed at the moment.
Okay, and it's on the green. It's quite a good shot, Dave.
So if you hit that refresh button or whatever button it is, you'll probably catch up.
Okay. Refresh. Yes. Okay. So,
Or there might be an option down the
oh,
bottom.
you're
where it says
lined
live.
up again, Dave. So was I a full 3 shots behind?
Andy's lining up now from just off the green.
Oh Jesus! No, it's a bit of a delay. So I'm going to be like Manuel from Faulty Towers. I'll be making exclamations at all kinds of inappropriate times.
Yeah.
But Phil, you
Well,
should be able to go, like you got the play bar down the bottom, there should be an option that says live.
Okay.
So you're not behind, or you're relatively close to where you need to be.
Yeah. So do you mean straight underneath the screen where it's subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, share, download?
No. You know where the play button is. With the play and pause, and you've got the timeline. One of the options there will be live.
Autoplay.
No.
No, it's not in settings or anything like that.
No. The playback screen where you're watching the game.
Yeah.
Okay. You've got
Yep.
like where you can pause the playback and you can.
Okay.
And you're, yeah.
So-
So,
Have you got to move the mouse though to bring up that?
Oh, I see. Just move it along.
yeah.
Okay.
But I think there's also an option that lets you go live, so it takes you to the current play.
Ah.
The easiest way is just to so if you're watching the game,
Yeah.
just click. Just don't have the window maximised.
Yeah.
See the box of perfect golf, but just click on that.
Yeah.
And you'll come out of the game. But up the top now, the Balls of Steel button has a live next to it.
Oh, yeah.
So now click it again, and you will be live.
Okay, so now you're having a putt. No, yes, you're having a putt.
That's right.
Okay, all right.
You're about to see me miss this slick 7-inch down.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's so pessimistic.
Well, this is exactly the sort of putt I kept hitting 12 feet past against Andy. So I'm going to hit it very fearfully.
Well, you know, I've got to bring a bit of AFL into this because in the final practice, and it works in your favour, Dave, because in the final practice game, Collingwood kicked 20 goals straight against Richmond. They were kicking them from everywhere. And then they played yesterday against Giants and they couldn't kick a goal. They kicked 6-16. So,
I was watching that game, just sort of skipping through it. It seemed like a very terrible game to watch.
Really?
Yeah, it wasn't very good.
Oh, okay. Oh, do you mean the practice game or the Giants game?
The actual game, yeah.
I thought it was a pretty good game. I watched quite large chunks of it.
For some reason, I didn't like the commentators.
They've changed, and you know, I've noticed in those first two games, especially the other game, that the camera work is shocking. So I don't know what they've done, but it's a new or a different broadcaster, and they're trying different things, but it's not working.
Which means they'll persevere with it because some manager or executive said this is what's the best, so they'll stick with it regardless.
Yeah.
Were you watching it on KO, Dave?
I did, Dave.
Because I can tell you this, you know, you got the Big Bash cricket.
Yeah.
That was broadcast on KO this year, but the commentators aren't even at the ground. So they're watching it on a feed from another broadcaster and then commenting on it. And Harvey just goes, it's rubbish. So, you know, the live to air broadcast is good.
Yep.
And then the KO broadcast is crap.
Oh,
For that reason. I wonder if that's the same thing that happened with the football.
Everyone on Reddit absolutely hates KO. They say it's the worst service ever.
Hmm. Yeah. What? Whose goal was it? It was that Carl Amon goal that Hawthorn got. And that's in all the highlights. And if you just look at the camera work for that, you just think, God, you know, like, could you make it any worse?
I mean, the AFL are just a terrible organisation. They still won't even, you know, pony up for decent cameras for doing, you know, the goal replays and all that sort of stuff. Still these 30 frame a second cameras from 1980. I don't know what they're thinking.
Still the Death Star sport in Australia, though.
Despite their best efforts to stuff it up.
To crap it up, yeah. Well, I'm not happy about them. They're not cracking down on that player being pushed into a marking competition rule that gave Sammy Lawler a concussion. Yeah. But I did notice I've got a couple of sports bet and points bet accounts that I haven't used for about 3 years, and that I looked them up and they've got almost $400 in there. So, yeah, so I thought that's it. I'm having a bet. And so I noticed Richmond was $11 to beat Carlton, and I thought that's not bad in a 2-horse race.
Okay, so you've taken that?
Yeah. I thought for a moment the stony silence was indicative of your belief that I've done my money, which I probably have.
No, I reckon that's a great bet because
but I think
long odds in a 2-horse race is always a good bet.
Yeah. Well, that's
especially
right.
in footy where they kept having ridiculous results all last year. You never know.
Yeah. Well, and you know, like we've still got a solid core of premiership players in our team, as well as some up and coming youngsters. So it's not beyond the realms. You know, some games you look at and you just think absolutely no freaking way. But I'm not thinking that. I'm thinking, well, maybe there is a way.
I'm already worried about Collingwood.
Sorry,
I'm already worried about Collingwood.
what do you mean worried about them?
They just seem listless.
They basically given up in that last quarter.
It was because they played Richmond and we just made them pay. They had to pay the price to beat us.
You broke them, did you?
We did. We broke their spirit. They kicked 20 goals straight against us, and they were broken after that. They knew that they'd blown their ridiculous accuracy game that everyone has once a year. They'd blown it in the practice match, and that was the end of them. Yeah,
They thought the only way from here is downhill.
exactly.
That's a very nice putt, then. Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Very nice.
Uh,
It's putt of the night. Catch a putt of the night so far.
Not hard to do when we've only played one hole.
Oh,
Oh my lord. What a nice shot.
Ooh. Yeah, very good.
Well, I'm hoping I've got the straightest putt here. Doesn't look bad. It goes... Okay, it goes sharply left to right, about halfway along. Right, okay. Don't belt it.
Three good efforts.
3 stress-free pars. There's worse things. So I believe you'll be physically in the Super Box next Monday, Phil.
Yep.
Fantastic. All right, I'll start preparing the menu.
Yes. Yeah, but gee, I don't know how to say this because you've been so good with the food, but it's been like last few times I've been there, I've just eaten too much.
All right, so
It's Mr. Creosote again, isn't it?
all right, fine. I'll go French restaurant on you, Phil, and you'll get smaller.
Right, you're getting 1 meter diameter plates, and we'll have a snail in the middle.
You got a Fred Flintstone lamb shank last time. It's pretty big.
Well, I mean, last time, what was it? What was the main? It was something pretty damn good. I can't recall what it was. And then all those prawns.
Yeah.
Finished.
The super prawns,
Like,
which are great.
you can't not eat them, but by eating them, it's like, wow,
You take it over the top.
it was. I felt like a World War I soldier going over the top.
Well, I just like to feed my guests, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, that looks great line.
I think it's a bit
Oh,
left.
interesting.
Don't plug. Started on a good line, and the wind changed on me.
No, you fucking thing. Ah, damn it.
Yeah, it's a pesky wind, isn't it?
No, it's not the wind. It was I was changing the flight of the club, and it sort of jumped off a little bit. So I've gone to move the dot, and it kept moving the pole instead. No, pulled it.
And there's an awful big bush down there. Depends what club you hit. No.
It is a bit of a collecting bunker, isn't it?
Yeah.
backspin?
Well, the ball is 10 foot before the pin. I'm going to have to do a replay to see what it did.
Yeah, go for it. I don't like it.
And that's a fair bit of break, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well,
Right. I don't think I'm as. I'm not actually in the. Trouble is, I just want to see what I'm doing. Can't. Flop. It's one of these ones where. Okay. Trying to get a view where I can see what the man's doing. Right. Don't know where that is.
Pretty good.
Oh, that's all right.
yeah, not bad.
As I was playing it from the reverse angle, which is a bit odd because you can't see how far back he is swinging. Nice shot.
Yep. Advantage. To you, Dave. And just rub it in and I get the stupid view.
Oh, you know, it's you know.
Well, it's a very even game so far.
It is a very even game. Unfortunately, I have, as you may well have seen when you've tuned in, Phil, I've been all 6s and 7s but probably thick end of 2 months really.
Mm. Well, you were down in the dumps last week, that's for sure.
But I think the last time, oh, good shot.
It went in?
I think the last time we spoke, you gave me some inspirational tips to work on, and it did work in that game, and I carried it on in against Mr. Mackey. And
right, is there any chance that the standard of the quality of the food that Dave serves up next week may not be as good for?
Oh no, I'm sure. I thought you were going to say, is there any chance of you sending me your check in the post?
I know you've been looking forward to my baked beans on toast. Yeah.
Right. That's is this retro round?
There we are. That's another part.
No deviation.
Well, happy to help Andy because you were quite down in the dumps.
Well, I was just resigned to it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm out of the woods, but I'm at least I'm first on the tee, which is.
Did you say not out of the woods?
I'm not out of the woods yet.
Okay. That's you just reminded me of this friend who has this Yeah. Oh, he's got this addiction to hiking. He's taken a few steps, but he's not out of the woods yet. Stop.
Oh, the soft fairways didn't help.
They did not help, did they? But look at that. The off camber of this fairway is nasty. It's going to take some sort of a super fade to in. Yeah, super fade. Right. Let's see if it does work. I think I've over super faded.
Yeah, I've overcooked that one. I don't think any fade is necessary.
I think I'd agree with you, Dave. I think just one down the middle of the fairway should serve you very well indeed.
Oh, I've pulled it.
You
I'll get
might
away
have-
with it, but... Or will I? No, I won't. Nah.
Now this time your ball's frozen.
No, you have. No. Yes. No. Yes.
You dick.
Oh.
Fucking hell.
Oh my.
Huh? That's hole 3, player 0.
But at least you're in the light rough. It shouldn't be too much of a hindrance.
It's made it a much tougher par 4. Looks like it's going to be okay.
Pretty good results.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a super fade again. 228, 12, 16, 6. I don't fancy this much.
Oh.
How? Oh no! Oh, this
Oh,
doesn't look good.
Oh, wow.
It does.
No,
It might be out of bounds there, eh? No.
I'm not out of bounds. I almost wish I was.
You're right in the. You're in the middle of the lodges, Dave.
I'm in the shit, Andy. That's what I mean.
That's where Mr. Beaver lives.
No, it's gone.
I'm surprised you didn't pick up on that. All those lodges, that's where Mr. Beaver lives.
Oh, God.
Oh,
No, I
my-
can't see a gap. There's no gap.
There's a tree going through the roof. Bloody hell.
There's a gap. But I can't do much with this. It's got to be a 9-iron perfectly. Right. 9-iron.
You got through.
Well-
That's nice.
Wow, I tell you what, that I had visions of you was being back on the veranda or something like that there, Dave.
I really did take the most conservative shot I could see. Couldn't have won the game there, but I could have lost it, as they say. Right, 87. This is going to be flopped. Oh. Jesus, I almost did a mouse fart. Almost hit that 1 inch. Which would have upset me a lot. Right. Go.
Not bad.
Still some stress on it.
Kidding me. Whatever. I'm just going to assume it's. Fuck me. I don't know where the hole is. There it is.
Pretty
Right,
good,
yeah.
though.
Very nice. Oh. Didn't get a bit of a read off this.
Right. Come on.
Oh, it's
Oh,
turning. Oh,
Wow.
gorgeous.
Huge.
No, that's fun.
well done.
Well, you gave me a perfect read, Andy.
Well, there is clear separation.
Out of nowhere. Three
Mhm.
different scores now.
Yeah.
Oh, blimey, I don't like the look of this. Don't like the look of this at all.
Testing part.
Um, ah. I'm reasonably happy with that.
218.
Yeah, I'm with you here, Andy. I don't like the look of this one at all. Can't get there.
Oh, your 7-iron isn't going to get there no matter how hard you hit it, Dave.
No, but the 3 wood will end up out the back. So I'm happy to go short here. And it will be short. Is it close enough? Yep,
It's
just.
just going to chop the 3 wood.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, well done. Wow.
grabbed it?
Mm.
Right. Right. The 812, right. Come on.
Nice.
Oh, there's a bit of slope on that green, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, it's a downhill. I don't want to go too far past it. Stop. 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 I can't believe it. I really thought I'd hit that short, if anything. Oh my God.
Still going.
This is Friday night, Phil. All over it.
Yeah. That was a.
Phil, I'll not be offended if you give some spiritual guidance to Dave here.
No, it's a bit early. I can see. Not required. It's all going to come good.
Thanks for the vote of confidence, Phil.
I did say yes under my breath.
Oh!
It's not.
Oh.
Brutal.
Very good.
So there'll have been another renovation to the gaming room when you get here next Monday, Phil.
Renovation.
Yes,
Okay.
I think you'll be impressed. I've
All
just
right.
improved it a bit more.
You've
Manacles
not.
or shackles?
There's been like the taking off of the sliding doors. That was an improvement.
Yep.
So it's going to be something similar to that, I take it.
No, it's a change of equipment in the actual gaming room.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that. I'll take a before and after photo I can share with Andy and Dave.
Change of equipment. New chair.
So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay.
I don't want to make you sleep any more restless while you consider what it might be, but it's where it is.
Right. I'll
try not to lose any sleep.
Yeah, try not to rack my brains until I'm insane.
No brain racking required.
pulling them.
It's not a disaster.
No, I don't care about not being a disaster or whatever. It's just the fact that I'm actually pulling the drives.
Yeah. A lot of dogleg par fours that are easy to mark up. This is a real course, Phil. And you cannot get on for money. You have to know people to be invited on.
Oh, this course here?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It's like probably more exclusive than Augusta.
Wow, okay. Pine Valley.
Yeah, and if there were more than 20 people playing this game worldwide, it would probably be sued out of existence.
Right, okay, yeah.
They don't even know it exists here.
For God's sake. Ball's stuck in the air 10 foot from where the player was.
Yeah, same for me too.
It worked for me. It thought about sticking.
Well, it didn't even get on the green, so that's fine. I don't need to see a... Oh, Jesus, look how short it was.
Yeah, very short.
Crikey. Well, whatever.
Good one, Steve Irwin.
All the Trump courses now have become much more exclusive as well. You've got to bring your own paint can with you. Yeah, they made a bit of a mess at Turnberry, which I think is owned by Trump. Is it Turnberry?
Yeah,
I think it is.
Turnberry's a Trump course.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether it's a green or fairway, all painted white, and I think some paint damage was done to one of the buildings as well.
What was it? This some sort of protest, or was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anti-Trump sort of.
Right.
I see that Trump got stuck into Turnbull overnight.
Yes, he did.
He's probably finally seen that segment where he was talking about Trump being like a little schoolboy.
The irony is that he described.
Shot.
Oh yeah.
Stick it in there, 9 feet.
And he called Turnbull not very smart, which is quite ironic because he's actually one of our smartest ever prime ministers. Even though some of his ideas might be ideal.
Well, it was all execution, wasn't it? Yeah. But I mean, seriously, Trump is. I think he's exceeded all our expectations.
Yeah.
Bad things could get in 5-6 weeks, because he's basically. I mean, to me, the number one thing is he's blamed Ukraine for the war, like they invaded themselves or something. And now he's blaming them for not stopping the war because they want to continue to defend themselves. It blows my mind away, really.
I know, it's amazing.
And I mean, I'd said it all along, but for him, it just confirms there is no right or wrong, is there? Like one country, big bully country, invading another. It just doesn't matter.
No.
It just doesn't matter to him.
Everything was
transactional.
It is, yeah. There's just no right or wrong. And then when after it all went wrong between the US and Ukraine, and they withdrew their support, and Russia attacks them, and then Trump comes out and says, well, that's what anyone would do. I'm just going, this is, like it's just officially, I guess if you've got the power to do something, you do it. I guess the Taiwanese would be getting a little bit nervous about that kind of philosophy.
I bet they are.
Oh my God.
This is one gnarly pin.
Fuck.
Well,
that was a great shot, Andy, to end up where you have.
I don't like this one much. Wow. This is just Where the hell do I land this? Guess there.
Just to just finish the thing about Trump, Zelensky. I think Starmer's, I'm not sure whether it's his chief of staff or his national security advisor, has gone to or will be going to Saudi Arabia. I'm not too sure, but his goal is to coach Zelensky in how to handle Trump.
You got to call Trump Your Excellency.
So it's basically a crash course in
how to get the most out.
How to correctly kiss the ring.
Yeah.
I don't think he's for turning, though. I think he like, as a businessman, you are a dictator, aren't you? So he just relates to dictators, like Putin, you know. So, yeah, I can't see. I actually think Zelensky did the right thing in that White House meeting, because what they were saying was, sign this minerals deal with us, we'll call a truce. Trump will stand up and say, look, there you go, I stopped the war, and Putin's just going to invade and cause trouble for further land 12 months down the track and get more. So what's the point? You know, it's just I think the Ukrainians are doomed, frankly, unless Europe can get its act together in super fast time, which doesn't seem all that likely.
Yeah, I think Europe are going along the lines of, we'll make all the right noises, but I sure as hell don't want to do anything really sort of concrete, like putting boots on the ground and so on and so forth, even though Macron and Starmer have said they're perfectly willing to do so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's the thing too, you know, everyone says, oh, the Trump supporter types say Trump's a genius because now he's making the Europeans, you know, jump in and sort of pick up the slack where they hadn't been contributing before. But those things are purely by accident. Really, where we are now with France and other countries saying those sorts of things, we are truly closer to World War III than we would have been if the US had just kept supporting, you know, the Ukrainian effort just to keep Russia at bay.
It's open the window.
Yeah. It's. I mean, World War III is kind of on the cards. I mean, the Europeans have got to be pretty decisive, but I mean,
I don't think they've got
to fill in the gap with the armaments, but they don't have the factories to do it. But if they start putting troops on the ground, that really is a World War III sort of scenario, isn't it?
Yeah, could escalate into anything.
Yeah.
I just can't see any way that Putin is going to allow even peacekeepers from. I mean, it'll be a quasi NATO. It'll be a subset of the NATO armies, who, if they do, and I don't think he's ever going to allow that on the negotiation table. I just don't see it happening.
Well, you wonder about the whole, what's the rationale for it? Even on the European side, what peacekeepers to keep the Russians who are willfully invading at bay. You know, like, all you have to do really to create a peace is to say to the aggressor, stop invading, and the war's over. You know, it's pretty simple, isn't it? Stop invading someone else's country and the war is finished. So what's the point of peacekeepers? Well, that'll help keep the two sides apart. Well, there's only one side is defending themselves and the other side is invading. So it kind of makes no sense. Your peacekeepers, your reason for being is really against one side alone.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes no sense to me. If they were serious about it, they'd all be saying, we're putting, billions of dollars aside to create armaments factories to go into production so that in 10 months' time, Ukraine will have supplies of weaponry. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, in the UK, although they said, we're going to increase defence spending. Yeah, in 2027.
Yeah, well, exactly.
That's 2 years away, so...
Yeah, it's hardly sort of jumping in to fill the breach that's, or the gap that's been left by... But even I was reading too that, the US has stopped not only the shipping of armaments, but also intelligence. So all the satellite imagery that they were showing Russian troop movements and all that stuff, they've not got that now. So they're kind of operating...
No.
Britain and France have still got it, though. They're not completely blind.
Okay. So, well, that's something, but, just, okay. Well, that's a sole piece of good information that I've got out of all this, but it still just... It blows me away that the US is actually almost actively supporting a country, not only a country that's just invading another country, but it's also a country that is pretty much their traditional enemy as well. So it beggars belief, absolutely beggars belief. And I still think there's people on the Republican side, establishment, military people who are still saying, no, this is a shocking idea. I think that's our...
Oh, good shot, yes.
Yeah, nice shot. I think that's the only hope, that you've got Republican military types who saying, no, we can't let Putin win this war. There's just no way. But who knows?
Well, Ukraine has done a fantastic job of destroying the Russian military.
Yeah, well,
Trump should have just give them another 12 months of support, and they'd almost be wiped out. That's a nice shot too.
Yeah.
And also destroying their reputation as an efficient army.
Yeah, no one wants to buy Russian arms because they're fucking hopeless.
Yeah, and plus they haven't got any anymore. They're using stuff from World War II.
Yeah. So it's shocking stuff. I mean, it I don't know. I actually knew one Ukrainian teacher when I was teaching in the Middle East. She was a very nice woman.
Nice.
And her son hung out with Justin. So no personal connection with the country, but you just feel for the people. Like they're just being thrown totally to the dogs by just an imbecile child president.
I actually also feel sorry for the poor Russian families that have lost so many sons in this.
Yeah.
That's hundreds of thousands.
Yeah. I mean, that one of the stories I first read, and it was only weeks into the Russian invasion 3 years ago now, but it was when Ukrainians were sort of basically ambushing whole columns of tanks and stuff, so it was in that phase, and they'd found the reporters, I think, had found a sort of like where a battle had taken place, and there were half a dozen maybe Russian vehicles that have been blown to pieces, basically. And one was like a troop carrier, and on the troop carrier, there had been this 16-year-old Russian soldier, right? So he's a 16-year-old kid, and among his kit, they found this. I forget which country it was from, but it was like one of those sort of fantasy, medieval sort of adventure type books that are really fashionable. And this kid had that book, and he had the book, marked, it was like some epic novel of this thing. And so that was his thing. He was right into that. And yet, as a 16-year-old boy, that's what he was doing. I sort of related back to my own son. And you think, and suddenly this kid had just been picked up and said, right, you're in this war, off you go. And had been killed, you know. And so that's the human side of the war, isn't it?
Yeah, and they don't get a choice.
You know, and they, like, just in general, if we step back from this war and people talk about war being avoidable things, how avoidable is this war? If you didn't have this idiot Putin on one side and you didn't have this idiot Trump on the other side, this is one of the most avoidable wars. It's just bloody shocking to witness.
Well, it's certainly been something which has had quite long-lasting effects when you think about it, because we're still reeling from excruciatingly high energy prices, and there are certain foodstuffs which went through the roof. I mean, when the thing all sort of first started, the price of grain shot up, so it meant that my supplies of flour, they went from 40 odd pence for a kilo and whatever. Then they're now stabilised, but that stabilised figure, it's over £1.
Oh, right.
So,
a lot of spin.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure I must have said it before, but, I just look at the Russian landmass and you just sort of think, it's like, in SimCity, in those games where you get, if you're running things well, then your population increases, because they like the living conditions and all that. And you just look at Russia, the whole sort of Russian question, and you think, you're the largest country on earth, you've got that massive landmass, you haven't got all that many people for a landmass that size. And yet, all you need to do is make conditions good for people, and people will want to go live in Russia, and your economy will grow, and you'll get bigger and more powerful that way. But you've got Putin who just says, no, I don't want to do it that way. I'm not going to be good to people. I just want to grab another country because we haven't got enough land already. I mean, it's just the absurdity of it is mind-boggling. Just treat your people better, look after them. People will want to come. You'll grow the economy. That's one way to become more. But it's just no one even contemplates sort of, I guess, putting that to them but it's just too logical.
He kind of treats running the country like running a business, but a corrupt business.
Yeah. Which Trump now seems to be emulating. They're calling it an oligarchy over there as well. You've got
probably been an oligarchy before Trump.
Yeah, well,
now it's an obvious one.
I mean, that's the thing. If you think if anything good can come from this, maybe that people will, it'll be so obvious that all you conservative type, Republican types, all you want to do is take the wealth and redistribute it from the middle classes and the poorer classes to the wealthy classes, which is generally what they plan to do over time. But it's just so bloody obvious with Trump, Yeah, I still think, people are already talking about that sort of thing. I saw an article on disaster capitalism, where you deliberately make the economy go terribly, like during 2008 GFC, because then you can do all this stuff and, justify it on the grounds of the economy being in a disastrous situation. But if Trump does all this cost cutting and all the stuff he's doing at the moment, and then spends 4.6 trillion or whatever it is to extend those tax breaks, then I wonder how people in America, the working class, will react to that. Maybe the same as always. They'll just distract them with woke stuff and with immigration stuff. which seems to
Oh,
satisfy.
Christ.
It's
Wow.
hard to
Oh, nice.
Oh,
these tariffs that he's going to bring in, they're going to hurt people in those middle states that he relies on.
Well,
Hurt their hip pockets. And
he's
they're
put
not
him on,
going
put him off, put him on, put him off. The latest thing is put him off. So maybe he's even realised. Let's see what happens in a month. He said, "I've put him off for a month now."
He didn't realise. I mean, he's been told by. He's been. I'll bet they're pleading with him not to do them, and he still wants to do them. That's
that
what's
was the three main motor companies pulled him aside and said, "What are you doing? We can't spin up local production in like that." So he's giving them a month. They need years to bring that sort of stuff back.
Exactly, and you need, not only do you need years, but you need certainty, so that your decision to spend billions won't be placed in the wrong place. And Trump gives anything but certainty. It's sort of like what he says is certain one week is not certain and goes the opposite way, one day later. So how could you possibly allocate billions of dollars to scale up with someone like Trump in charge?
Yeah. And that also decreases America's soft power around the world because no country trusts him now.
Yeah. Well, I think
they don't allow themselves to be influenced by him.
Yeah.
Except to try and distance themselves.
Yeah. And I think that gets to the sort of wider point as well, that because he's so transactional, he sees the dollar win loss for each individual transaction, and he gets carried away by that, even where it's dubiously, like he's saying, we're ripping them off when they've got a trade surplus with Australia. So even that doesn't hold up. But the thing he doesn't look at is that the US has strode upon the world stage for the last 80 years because it's controlled and managed all these institutions, whether it's the UN or NATO or anything like that, the World Bank, and it's all worked incredibly well to their favour, despite the money spent on it that he's now moaning and griping about. So he's in the process of tearing apart all these structures that have actually made America this superpower, and they'll only realise when it's too late that you tore them all apart because of spending a few shekels. But you've lost your status. You've lost this position at the top of the tree. So that's my prediction anyway. They'll realise when it's too late.
It was a great line, Andy, but
it was a great line. Unfortunately, I thought, is this one of these impossible lies that the game's going to freeze on us?
I am a little fearful as where it's ended up.
Well, I think I'm just going to have to try and get a scrap of 5 out of it somehow.
Bunker down. Don't plug.
Oh, God, blimey, that had plug written all over it.
Especially
when you saw where it landed.
Yeah, it hit that little tongue of grass. Saved me.
Pulling everything.
None of us have done a great job on this hole.
Fuck me. There's no altitude on this course, is there?
I didn't check the wall.
Oh, good.
Does look exciting.
Yeah, that looks nasty. Fuck.
It might be okay.
All right. All right. So if I do that there, okay, this is oh God, that's not good either. I could be here for some time. thought I hit it hard enough. Might have opened a green up. Okay, well, I've just got to try a double bogey here. 51 yards. Ooh. Oh no. Stay there.
Yep.
Bloody hell. Hmm. 79.15. Please don't plug. Stop there. Stop there. Stop there.
Nice shot, Andy.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
Good enough.
Really like to get this close.
Well, I think that's my lead going to be well and truly.
Yeah, that's why I want to get it close.
Mind you, that hole was a classic example of not being aware that if I went big, which I did, there was all sorts of rubbish waiting for us, where a short would have been not ideal, but it would have been a lot easier to cope with.
Yeah, that's a good result, Dave.
Yep. And now Andy has to putt off the green, otherwise he shows me the line.
I've got to say I'm rattled after that little sojourn into the woods.
Well, it's going to level the playing field somewhat.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, it certainly is. We could have we could have a co-leader situation unless I manage to get this in. Rolled
Good
it in.
effort. Really good effort.
Oof, nice.
Oh, very lucky there to have a straight putt.
It's not often you get to say nice double bogey, but it was. This one's easy, it's just straight.
What I've also cunningly done is remove the double busted target indicator that you might have been thinking about reaching for.
Oh, it's about to be deployed.
Yeah.
And you have bought some grace.
Oh, this is horrible. This is not easy to get close. Oh, whatever. No. Fuck it.
Crucial. Carry.
This rough around the greens is not very interested in holding the ball.
Just lost.
Yeah, they're almost upturned bowls, aren't they? A lot of the greens.
Well, some full difficult pins as well. So
Which fool did that, Dave? Tell me.
Some fool. Some fool. I can't be too specific.
Don't worry, I'll have a word with him when we finish this round. I'll pull him to one side. And, hey, what are you doing? Oh, 4-3.
Giving you the whole green to yourself, Andy.
I'm hoping
I've
I'm
got
getting
You said it perfectly.
Yeah, beautiful.
That is a great shot.
Did you hit the 134?
I did hit the 134.
So did I.
You-
Would
I
you-
did chop the 146, not very well. Nice. Those stupid. Just going to try and get it to bounce and then just check. Bounce. That's enough.
Yep, good. Oh,
Nice shot.
I didn't think it was enough initially. I thought it was going to be back at the feet.
Okay.
Oh, he's done. Oh, didn't that drop?
I thought it was curving back in at the last second, and then it curved the other way again.
Gee,
Wow, that was
I think
brutal.
that was unlucky.
Good putt.
It was unlucky. Lucky for us, but
Indeed. We'll take what we can get. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, word.
I didn't see that, Dave. But I take it you tried to miss it somehow.
I almost missed the 25-inch.
He just waved the club at the ball and
I did.
was-
There was complacency. But I've learned a lesson.
Jeez.
tell you what, there's some really good precision driving holes here. This is another one of them.
It's a really nicely constructed course, too.
That looks pretty straight.
Couldn't afford not to be straight on this one.
So have you been having much hanging balls lately, Dave, or all good?
They stopped hanging probably 3 holes ago, I reckon. Have you seen any balls hang, Phil?
So have you got hanging balls, Phil?
Well, I've got to say you've caught me on the hop a bit because I tuned out and then I just heard
Hanging
conversation.
balls, didn't you?
yeah. You said they started hanging a little while ago, so I thought you were sort of reminiscing back towards puberty or something, but
I don't know, with this warm weather,
okay.
they instead of rising up.
Hear me. As long as you don't have a case of rising damp. I don't know where this conversation is going, but it's not at all healthy.
No, it's
No,
not.
good.
It's
Oh, I'll tell you what. I think I can say this without degree of not being prosecuted. I stole some stuff on Sunday. You'll never guess what it was. when I say stole, I got hold of this stuff, which was
What probably can advise you to say, Andy, don't use the word stole. You can say something like
purloined.
A period of availability led to possession.
Well, it's something to do with the garden, and I didn't purloin it from a shop or anything like that. It was naturally purloined. What might it be?
Garden gnome.
I've got wood chips. Wood chips. That as soon as you said purloin, I was thinking
wood chips. It was just lying on the ground. You're never going to get it. It was created by an animal.
Some sort of castings.
Yeah, very warm. It was mole heaps. I got some topsoil created by moles creating their little sort of heaps. So we went out yesterday afternoon and got 4 sort of basically 4 bags worth of the stuff, which we're going to be using in a little area of our garden, which we've removed the pebbles and so on and so forth.
Yep.
And we're actually going to make it into a natural sort of normal sort of wildlife area. It's not that big. It needs.
Well, I guess what you did was you basically conducted or you performed a public service by removing these unsightly piles.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
You've
That's
actually
some pretty good citizens performance there, and
civic responsibility.
That's what I was searching for. Yeah.
But
I
the
have
thing,
yeah, sorry, Andy.
I was going to say it was. I chose the area. It was a good one, and it was a Sunday, and it was sort of on the edge of a kind of an industrial estate with factories, but no sort of private dwellings. So the only people who were aware of what we were going with, the occasional dog walker. We were only there for about 15-20 minutes, but you felt as though the glaring of people, what on earth are they doing, type of thing. But it's you pay about sort of £5 for about 40, not even 40 litres of topsoil. So I reckon actually we easily saved 20 quid with getting this what looked like very nice topsoil.
Yeah.
Sounds win-win. I can't see
Yeah.
that.
Oh, what a shot!
Sweet Christ.
Wow.
I haven't been able to eat greens all night. I might as well sink some of them.
You found a way to deal with the green stage.
Yes.
This is a bit. How's your father?
I just caught it there. That's good.
Oh God, this is horrible. Get up there, get up there.
Nice.
Happy with that.
Great putt.
It's a pretty even game again then.
Even +2.
Well, if Dave thinks this, there's one shot
Yeah,
covers the field.
+1.
Yeah.
He's done
Like
it.
that. Oh, well done, boys.
I tipped this.
It's a tough school, Andy. You were looking like a double busted contender about 4 holes ago. Where's that all gone?
Well, it is what it is, you know.
Always.
No,
Good to see a close game is a good game.
So on the quandary of stealing, I tend to go to the same store to buy my beer all the time, and I know most of the servers there pretty well. And I normally buy, they always have this thing where you get 4 beers. If you buy 4, it's on special and about 30% off. So I get 4 beers and sometimes a bottle of wine. And this particular day, I've gone in and I've chatted with the girl that I know quite well. And I just walked up to the counter, and I always do it the same way. I've got a bag, and I put 3 in the bag, and I put 1 on the counter, and I put the wine on the counter. And I say, I've got 3 in the bag, and so it's 4 plus the wine. And this time, we just started chatting straight away, and I forgot to say anything about the ones in the bag.
Oh, no.
And it was only when I got home and I looked at my phone, I realised she charged me for 1 beer and a bottle of wine. So I shoplifted from Dan Murphy's.
Right. Did you go back and tell him?
Well, no. I decided all I've done is slow their progress to their next $1 billion profit. So
I was just thinking the worst thing, of course, is when that happens and then you stopped, at the exit to the store and asked to have a look.
Well, the irony is that.
Oh, yes, of course.
This is the best irony. The guard on the door, and there is one always there, he knows me. And he sees me all the time, and he knows I don't shoplift or steal. So, he just doesn't even look at me or contest me ever.
Wow.
Because I am honest. But in this particular case, it was the perfect crime.
Well, and you carried it off with brazen confidence as well.
Absolutely, because I didn't look alarmed or perturbed because I wasn't.
That's right. You did it, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I've decided I'm just gonna let it ride.
Yeah.
They don't need the money as much as me.
Yeah.
Of course, now I've officially documented my crime.
It's a made-up story. You just did it to entertain us.
A rhetorical one, was it?
And it's for entertainment purposes only. It's not meant to be political fact. This is opinion.
You're an excellent lawyer, Phil.
I love all those cases where Fox News have been brought to court, for saying various things that were so totally wrong. Like with those voting machines, where they said, those voting machines, they rigged the election in that particular state, and that those particular voting machines weren't even used in that particular state and stuff like that. But the lawyers stood up in court and their defence, I don't know if you heard this, but
I know what you're about to say, and I have heard it.
Yeah, their defence was that it wasn't reporting fact; it was all opinion, and no one with any reasonable intelligence would believe any of that or stuff they were saying. It was purely opinion and for entertainment value.
And they did that with a straight face, and
they did. So, in other words, any of our views who believe that stuff, they're a pack of morons. It's the shorthand.
Unbelievable.
I'm on the green now. I'm not on the green.
What did you do, Andy? Confused as to why you got the next one. I shouldn't get the same experience. Should just go a little bit. No, I would have liked a little bit. No, Jesus Christ.
That's a putt and a half, Dave.
Yeah.
It's the longest one for a while. Super flop. I think this might go long.
Hmm. It goes 3 ways. No, this one's plus it looks downhill, and they say it's 7 inches uphill.
Mm.
Right, so it goes right to left, and then it goes left to right. I don't like anything about this.
Pretty good pace. Okay, right. Stop. Ah.
Turd.
Seem to move much. Oof.
Nice thing.
Did Ballarat make the news over in the UK, Andy?
Did what make the news?
Ballarat.
No.
We had a 17-year-old arm himself with a sawn-off shotgun, try and storm one of the jet services in Melbourne.
Right.
During the week.
Wow.
What have you got up in the water up that way, Dave?
There is. I'm sure there is. Yeah, so they're looking at terrorism charges.
So, how did you get away with it, Dave?
How did I get away with it?
Were you released on bail?
Well, for a start, I did everything in my power to drop 20, 34 years off my age, or whatever it is.
He's not going to get away with looking 17.
No.
Ooh, gee. Good joke, but cuts deep.
Well, it was so ridiculous it felt okay. To me.
Yeah. It was a long time ago.
Does anybody think that there's something a bit odd with what's going on with the number of planes that have seemingly had a variety of accidents in the United States?
Since Trump has come in as well.
Well, it's just the last 2 or 3 months that all of a sudden planes in America don't seem to be. It's either a combination of silly mistakes or the weather or whatever. It seems bizarre.
Yeah. Oh, that second one, there was that passenger jet one, which, like, that one I thought straight away someone's done something wrong, because there's no way knowing that a helicopter flight path and a passenger flight path would intersect. So I knew someone had done something wrong there. But the other one, the next one, that jet, gee, the footage of that was chilling, because that just went into the ground like a bloody missile. That would have been shocking to be on board that thing. Jesus.
Well, it wouldn't have hurt.
No, but it would have been scary for a good 20 seconds. You would have been, pushed right back into your seat as you're going down, and I don't think you would have been in any doubt about what was about to happen.
Yeah.
That's a shocking one. Something had to have gone wrong with some bloody autopilot or something thing, because there's no way that should be happening seconds after takeoff.
Either that or you had a suicidal pilot.
Yeah. It seems like, to me, these things, well, I mean, that does happen as well, doesn't it? So it can't be written off, I guess. But when you see it, it just seems like one of those autopilot sort of automatic things. It's misread something and said, I have to, go full aileron down or whatever it was, and full tail fin down, and the pilot couldn't fight against it. Sometimes the more you fight against those things, the harder it is, ironically. So, but he would have had seconds to work out what was going wrong and fix it, which he couldn't do, obviously. What about the one that just happened? What's the story there?
Just some light plane that crashed. I mean, there's so many ways that can happen.
Yeah.
If you think about that. The one I remember the most is when Mount Pinatubo erupted in the late 80s or something like that. And there was a 747 that flew through the ash cloud. And this was before they knew about ash clouds.
Yeah.
And all the engines died.
Yeah.
And the plane was at 38,000 feet or something. Yeah. And for the next 12 minutes, it was just slowly descending towards the Earth with no engines on about a 40-degree angle, because that was the best way for the pilot to keep control of the plane. And everyone is just sort of, they didn't have phones to text their relatives or anything, but they're all trying to make peace with the people sitting next to them and all that. And then eventually, after 12 minutes, they got down into better air where there was no ash, and the engines restarted, and everything was fine. They just continued.
I remember the pilot for that. He said he was walking on air for about a month afterwards until he thought he was like godlike, could do no wrong. And then he almost got run down, as a pedestrian. He just stepped out, and he said, I've got to start paying attention to stuff. But after that happened, another plane went through an ash cloud, and it happened again. And people are saying, have you not learned about any of this ash cloud stuff? So.
Yeah, but the thing about that Mount Pinatubo one, the passengers on that plane, they formed a club called the 12-Minute Club.
Oh, okay.
And they would meet annually somewhere in the world and just get together and just it was like a bond.
Yeah. Funny. I'm watching a series at the moment called Manifest, which is about, funnily enough, about a plane mishap that affects all 200 passengers on board. And it's we're into the fourth season, which is the final season. So.
And does it end? Does the season end in a controlled way, or did they just cancel season 5?
I think it's controlled. I certainly hope so. But it all does seem to be coming to a head. So I think we're about 5 episodes out from having the whole thing resolved.
Yeah, there's nothing worse when something ends on a cliffhanger because they were expecting another season. They don't get it.
Yeah. I think nothing is worse than Game of Thrones. I think they've set new standards in how badly you can mess something up.
It was amazing. And the thing was, they ruined the entire IP. It was worth billions. That's worth nothing.
So they did that whole thing for the sequel, the prequel, and no one could be bothered watching, knowing how badly the whole thing ended at the end of it all.
All because some stupid executive goes, we've got to do it and make more money faster.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah, and just destroyed, probably $500 million worth of 5
More
P.
than probably billions.
Yeah.
Oh no, that doesn't look easy. Oh yeah.
I'm going to have a look at this. Oh, right.
So that was a long and right.
I didn't want. All I wanted was a full shot. I didn't want a long and right.
You got one. Jesus Christ. Got one with spades.
I thought as long as I just sort of hit a. Never mind. It's all gone. Slight mistake.
Mm.
Okay, right. 29-11. I kind of deserved that.
Wow. Wow.
Got a bit excited on that one, don't you?
Jesus. You know, ever.
What the hell?
Hello, what?
I think I've done that badly, but.
Yeah.
Well, we can. He's got it.
Yeah. Solid putt.
Saving putt.
Fucking hell. I did not see that.
Two.
It's the worst putt ever. I can't take a chance on this. Just gonna lag it up. Go somewhere close by. Stop. That was my lag. Jesus Christ. Come on.
Well done.
No.
Oh.
Right.
Look at this.
Good.
Oh, fucking hell. Look at this one.
Thanks for going first, Dave.
Sure.
Oh, 55 feet. Interesting.
Oh, no. Come back on the wind.
What?
Pulled it again.
Ooh, what did you hit? I don't know what you hit.
Feels like a better line.
Good shot.
Shot.
Right, you carried 206. 206. And you've still gone past. So 205. 17, 18. 205 less 18. 187. Don't like this at all. Oh. As long as I'm on in the.
Plugged.
Oh shit. That's what I didn't want. Okay.
Pretty good. That's a lot of power loss.
Good shot.
Yeah.
Oh. It just straightened up a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah. But I knew it had missed after about a metre. It just broke too hard early.
It's another shot gone. I'm starting to fall apart at the seams. Never mind. Just got a little bit. Well, this will be a genuine par 5 playing.
Absolutely.
It's been a good fight back, Dave. You were equal last after 3 holes.
Yeah. Well, I haven't done a lot. I've managed to get a couple of birdies to get back to even and just hang there. So.
That's the middle of the middle.
Very good.
Shot.
It's trying to get off.
Camera's drifting a bit.
Oh,
It is.
Come on, that's harsh.
Probably doesn't matter anyway. As long as you're not going to that tree to contend with.
Didn't feel like a missed fairway. Hit it.
See where Dave's going to put it.
Oh, I might get away with it.
Will.
Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Oh, that was a bit harsh, Dave.
It felt harsh. Yeah, I'm going to try and rise above the harshness. Can you hear some math now? There's a few moving parts. So it's not enough. Christ. Actually got to hit a 5 iron. I can't believe it. All right. 5 iron is from 138 out. Didn't chop it enough.
Okay.
Come on, be right.
That's great.
Ah, stop there.
It's pretty good. Very good. Phil, are you there?
Yep.
Do you have any way of knowing how many people listening to your stream on Friday nights?
No, well, I should ask the manager. I've never asked. I've always assumed that it's, like very small numbers, but every now and then, people around town sort of say stuff at the supermarket or whatever, and I go, oh, okay, so, some people are listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I should ask the station manager.
Yeah, I think you should.
Be interesting to know.
Just accidentally hit the wrong shot. Yeah, I'm sure they got some way of telling these days.
Yeah, you would think so, wouldn't you? Because, yeah, like all those websites, knowing number of views, that's sort of fairly critical for advertising, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good shot.
Yep, very nice, Dave.
felt like one that could really get away if I hit it too hard. Oh,
It's close.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh.
shit. I didn't see that curve.
just at the last minute.
Oh no! Jesus. There's nothing.
Well, you gave me a great read then, Dave. I'm not even waving the top.
Shit.
You weren't influenced by my putt, were you, Dave? Because mine moved a bit left to right.
Yeah, but I'm sure when mine went past, it had a little bit of movement as well.
Yeah.
Which is what I was basing it on. And yours just sort of confirmed what I thought was going to happen. Damn.
Suddenly, this is a one-stroke game.
Yeah. They're not particularly easy greens to read. They've got lots of subtle breaks on them.
Yeah, there's no stupid knuckles or anything. They're just
No, I'm not saying that they're unfair at all.
interesting greens. All right. Oh, look at this hole. A bit of fade. Cultured fade, not a super fade.
Shot.
Yeah, I dare you to get off the fairway this time. You got no chance, ball.
Bloody hell, you nearly did go off the fairway, though.
Yeah, this course has it in for me.
Okay, right.
No worries.
Well, you seem to know what you were doing, Dave. I thought I'd have a piece of that pie.
Yeah, it's a nice pie.
It's gone a little bit higher, but it might.
Certainly less chance of going off the fairway. And still perfectly safe.
Yeah. I mean, Phil didn't get to see it because it was suspended 40 feet up in the air. That's
It's
all right.
annoying.
It's fine.
Not a bad shot.
Yep.
So I suspect this pin is really difficult to get close to.
I'm trying. Ah,
All he says that's swale and it just rolls down it. If you land on the soft fairway before the green, it might just stop dead. It's problematic. Need to try and see if a flopped 146 lands just short. Right. Let's try.
You picked it.
Almost worked.
Yeah.
on 3.
Which one?
What are you seeing now, Phil?
I'm seeing Andy lining up his putt.
Well, you're pretty much in sync. By the
That's
sound of
good.
it.
Yeah, I keep hitting the refresh
It works.
circle. Yeah. Although now I've said that, it's frozen on the screen. I've got the circle on the screen and nothing happening. So
Good putt.
Ooh. Good as well.
Putt.
Ooh. This is flat until the very last minute when it breaks a little bit right to left, but not much. All right, so we can go with that. Oh no, it broke more than I thought. I could not see that early break at all. So what are your feelings about Melbourne, Phil? Do you think Tracker seems like he's back on track, and so does Oliver, and we've got the new draft picks that are good?
yeah. Well, I mean, I was surprised. I thought Oliver was just gone, but it seems like he is back from all reports. So
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, just got to see.
Yeah.
But I've always had doubts about the culture at Melbourne, to be honest.
I do too. I reckon either our president or the board is wrong. Something is wrong up the top, sure.
Yeah, something's wrong. And like even going back, even before you won the premiership, I still remember that pre-season camp that you were all meant to go on, and apparently senior players refused to go on the camp, and it ended up not happening. But their reason was, if we go on the camp, we'll get mental health problems. And I thought, oh, they've kind of got the wrong idea about what a mental health problem is, I think. That's more than just an unpleasant experience, one off. So, yeah, I don't know, there's that sort of thing, and the thing is too that, and it's the same for Richmond and everyone else. They're coming into a new season. All clubs manufacture their messages going out, so everything's rosy and lovely and positive, and you never know the truth of it until the games start happening and there's a win-loss column, and then it comes out. So no, like you've got good players. So
yeah, I still remember one of the biggest truths I ever learned, and it was from a manager that I ended up despising, but he told the truth, and he said, "You can always tell what's wrong with a company. A fish rots from the head."
yeah, true.
It's always someone up the top that's making a company go bad or an organisation go bad every time.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And yeah, you're right, and that applies to my own workplace, funnily enough. But that's another story. But
it applies to every workplace.
Yeah. So yeah, it's like, that's the thing about, that's why round one is always kind of pretty fascinating, isn't it? Because it's all that summer of optimism that's come through. But look, you did pick up some awesome players. You got great players from the draft, and I haven't heard reports, but both of them. So who'd you get? You got Langford and Lindsay, Xavier Lindsay. They're both really good players.
They are, and they've got boundless potential.
Yeah. So like, if I would imagine Langford he'll be played pretty early, probably up forward, because he, as well as being a midfielder, he's a tall guy. And
what I'd like to see is one of those two be groomed for captain. Even at 22 or 23, go for it.
Yeah,
if they've got that drive and that spark.
Yeah. Well, they're both pretty good. I would have been happy to have got either one of those or both for Richmond. So I think you've got some good players there, and I suspect Langford, he'll be an excellent midfielder. But you can start him off forward as a tall marking forward, as a third or fourth one, and you can start Xavier Lindsay off on the halfback flank. So so room for optimism. Let's see how the results go. That's the thing. Like, everyone's optimistic. If one team goes up, some other team has to go down. There's just no two ways about it. So yeah,
be right.
See what happens with Richmond and North Melbourne.
Not bad.
Pretty good.
Ooh, not bad.
I need a hole out.
Right.
Dave being there.
It's Hail Mary time, Andy.
Well, still a hole to go after this.
Yeah, but Dave's looking almost a shoe-in for a birdie here.
He stuck the birdie.
God almighty. Right. 41. Oh, would you believe it? I think I'm going to give you a...
Well, you're both going to give me a bit of a look.
No, I'm cutting off the green.
Okay, I encourage that behaviour, Dave.
Decided.
He's doing it too. Come on.
I thought about it, but now I'm just going to, on the off chance that I'm only still within one, try and stick with you. Oh, man. There's a lot of left to right in this. Right in the middle too. I'll take it.
Yep.
Well done. Oh dear. I'm tail end Charlie. Oh God. I've been in the lead or second all the way through until this hole. Oh God. Phil, I need a.
All you need is an eagle to win.
That's a good point.
And a bogey from. But anyway, it's still two shots covers the field. I mean, it's not, it's not term. I guess less than ideal is how you characterise your position, but it's not a foregone conclusion.
I'm almost Shit Creek, up Shit Creek without the paddle, Phil.
Well, let's see if we've got any Vanderveldes in the field.
Could be worse. You could be up Schitt's Creek. So Phil's recommended shot was to sink this, Andy.
It was.
That's true. Oh, that's for the albatross. But give yourself a chance.
No, it's only for an eagle. It's not for an albatross.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I can see a pathway to the unlikely scenario that I'm going to somehow come out of this smelling of Chanel.
The first sound of that word Chanel made me think you were going to say something different.
Well, I can't get there in two. Not without flying over the back.
Surely you can get there in two. Come on.
No. It would require some sort of flop through wood. I don't want to do it.
Correct. But you can do it.
Yeah, I can do it, but it would leave me with potentially a 70, 80 foot putt. Whereas a shot out of the bunker gives me way more chance. Maybe. Oh, now I don't know. This is going to be miles short. Oh, that's terrible.
Well, you've avoided plugging in the bunker.
I actually would have got the distance.
You could have made it.
Yeah. I lunged because the wind got down.
Interesting. This is the moment.
Okay.
No, it's just gone off to the right. I think I've put it where you are, Dave. Yeah,
A little
very
bit closer,
close.
but
Almost down the only woody bush on the hole. 199. It's the wind. Get the right wind. 2 hybrids can be enough. If I get the wrong wind, it's not. Under 10. Give me under 10. Pounds. Under 10. Hmm. 9. Bastard. There it is. Fuck, I lunged.
Uh-oh.
I
Oh!
always lunge waiting for the wind. I never learn.
You're lucky not to go backwards into that water, Dave.
Never learn.
When you lunge, when you say you lunge, Dave, is it just the mouth or is it your whole body that's lunging?
I think it's my whole body, Andy. I get
It's called a
like a
lurch.
physical, visceral reaction to the shot. I don't know. All I know is it never works.
Where's that gone? Oh, that's a good shot.
Yeah.
That is a good shot. That was an excellent shot.
Thank you. Happy. Oh, what a shot.
Yeah, that's a shot.
Also a good shot. Great shot. Sort of went right to left for sure. Also, when it goes left to right. Yeah, inside left edge, I don't quite believe. Wow, it did go left to right.
Oh, well, that was the final bit of pressure, I suspect.
Yep.
Ooh, well done, Dave.
Oh, we needed it. The ball froze straight after I hit it.
Went in.
Yeah.
I should have said, oh, it's gone 15 feet past.
Well, the way you make a noise, I've got, what's it done?
Yeah. I got all your freezers, Dave, as well. So yeah, same.
Oh, they're fucking annoying.
He's putted off the green. He's gone into the water. Oh no.
Oh dear.
Okay, well, it's another grindy sort of round for all of us, but you grounded out better than anybody else.
Hung in there. Bit of scrappy
Yeah.
middle to the front nine, but
So 17 272s.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, after the first 3 holes, we were all dead level. That stopped
Yeah.
happening straight away.
Yeah, pretty much as soon as I said it's even, it stopped being so.
Thanks for ramping it up, Phil.
Yeah, added a bit of parents. I'm going to head straight off, guys.
No worries, Phil.
Yeah, no worries. Nice game, and I'll see you in the office next week.
In the super box.
In the super box. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, no
All
worries.
right.